What is the difference between идти and ходить? They both mean to go by walking, and they are both in an imperfective aspect. What's the difference between ехать and ездить? They both mean to drive or to go by driving or by a vehicle, and they're both in an imperfective aspect. And if you do not know the answer to either of these questions, then this video is for you. Verbs of motion can trick many people because the difference between these pairs is very small. And unless you know the difference, you will be making mistakes time and time again. So this group on your left is going to be a directional group, or verbs of motion that have a directional meaning. And this group on the right will have its repeating meaning, meaning that something will repeat. It's a habit, routine, or tradition of something. If we refer to English, the directional group is going to be present continuous. Like I am going somewhere. I am on my way right now of going somewhere. And this repeating group will have its present simple in English, which means I go somewhere. It doesn't mean that I go there right now, right this moment, not that I'm on my way there right now, but it means that I have a habit or a tradition of doing something repeatedly over and over again. It's not a one-time action. At least it happens 2 times. Typically, it's going to be more like a habit definer, right? I go somewhere regularly, I attend something regularly. Okay, so let's use an example in Russian, of course, of going to the store. Let's use the first directional and then repeating groups. So, я иду в магазин. I am going to the store. I'm on my way to the store right now. Imagine the situation. Somebody calls you. Hey, John, where are you right now? Я иду в магазин. I am going to the store. I'm on my way to the store right this second. But if we go to the repeating group, я хожу в магазин, we have to add some sort of context. Каждый день. Every day, for example. Which means I go to the store every day. Right? It doesn't mean that I'm on my way to the store right this second. It's simply describing the habit that you have. You know, on the internet they call it one directional versus multi-directional, which I really disagree with. Because multi-directional can deceive you a little bit, thinking that you're going into this place, and then you're going to come back. It's more of a, you're going in a loop. You repeat, right? You're going again and again and again and again to the same direction, to the same place. Again and again and again and again and again. Now let's talk about driving. Я еду в Москву сейчас. I am driving or going by driving to Moscow right now. Right this second. I'm going there right now. Right? Or я езжу в Москву по работе. I am driving or going by driving to Moscow because of work. Okay? So I'm not saying that I'm driving there right now. I'm saying that I have a habit, or it's a routine, a tradition of going to Moscow because of my work or to work. Okay? I'm describing my repeating action. More than once it's been happening. Right? That's why I'm describing that to you. I'm presenting that to you. I hope the difference now is clear. One is pretty much describing right this second the actual process of going somewhere, while the second one is simply describing the habit that we have, right, of going somewhere on a repeated basis. Okay? And it's important for you as a learner to realize this major point. Both of these pairs, going by walking and going by driving, have the same exact stem. And they can be viewed as the same verb, but a different variation of the same verb. Which may be the case. I'm not gonna argue with the etymology of this word, but for you as a learner, in my opinion, in my subjective opinion, I think that it's useful for you to think of them as two different verbs. They're going to have different conjugation, different aspect formations, different everything, right? They only sound similar, or at least that's what you have to think. Okay, and that will make the process of you understanding them much easier. If you're not going to try to compare the two and treat them as equals, then it's going to be much easier for you to understand their meaning. So please make your life easier. Think of them as two different ones. They're going to have different prefixes, different conjugation, different everything. Since it's a Practice Friday video, guys, first of all, this is a question and answer season. If you have some questions about anything in Russian whatsoever, please put it in the comments and I'll answer them. However, in the video or in the comments themselves. So please answer your questions. And second, here's the exercise for you. Build 4 sentences with each group. Directional and repeating. And if you need more verbs, then you can look them up on online. Verbs of motion in Russian. It's a whole bunch of them, maybe like 10, 15 of them that you can use for these potential sentences. So 4 for direction, 4 for repeating. And then please, if you want to, add the translation to it so I can understand what you want to say and check whether your Russian translation was correct. Okay? And I will check your answers, correct them, and give you guys feedback. If you want these kind of questions, these kind of verbs of motion explanations or other things to be explained to you in real life, person to person, you don't have to wait for this video to come out. You can just ask that, right? Then I recommend you join our Be Fluent Camp. We're starting a second season of Be Fluent Camp, right? And it's going to be a new and improved 12-week course designed to take beginners from nothing to being able to communicate on a very basic level or above. We're not going to overcomplicate things. We're going to give you just the things that you need for you to communicate properly, for you to be understood, and for you to understand others. We're going to train your speaking, your grammar, your vocabulary, your listening, and all other parts of Russian that you need for you to communicate successfully. It's a 12-week program, and each week we have a different topic that we cover and the different topic that we train you in, right? With me being there every single week, every single day in a chat with you, with the group of you guys, right? Working on your Russian. It's a 12-week program, and you can get in the lowest is $30, and you get every single thing that I just described. $30 for 12 weeks of intense, learning. Good deal, in my opinion, right? So please join. I'm gonna see you in the camp. I'm gonna be working on your Russian. I'll see you there. Пока-пока.